Hey everyone and welcome. Today we are diving deep into the neuroscience of trading. We're going to uncover the real biological reason why so many traders struggle and, more importantly, how you can start rewiring your own brain for success by mastering one single powerful concept.
Okay, let's just get this out of the way right now with a massive reframe. Most people think trading is a numbers game, a financial puzzle. But as this quote shows, the real challenge, it isn't in your bank account. It's right up here, inside your head. The battle is one of perception and learning, in an environment that is just packed with uncertainty.
So why is it such a battle in the first place? Well, it all starts with a fundamental mismatch between our ancient biological hardware and the super-fast modern markets.
Look, our brains evolved over millions of years to handle the natural world, to spot patterns in the trees, not in high-frequency candlestick charts. So if you've ever struggled with trading, listen up. It is not a personal failure. You're not broken. You're just running amazing software that just wasn't built for this very specific, very weird task. And this is where it gets really, really cool. Because to adapt that software, we have to understand how our brain actually learns. And it all comes down to a concept that neuroscientists call context.
So, what on earth is context? It sounds kind of academic, I know, but it's simple. It's the entire structured environment of information that your brain is taking in. It's the whole package of stimuli that tells your brain circuits which ones to activate, how to decide what to do next, and, this is crucial, what to actually remember.
You can think of your brain as this little supercomputer that's constantly calculating the value of any given situation. It's weighing all the stimuli coming in. It's asking, is this new information? Does this help me solve a problem I have right now? And then it gets hit with emotional feedback. And those emotions, they act like a giant highlighter pen telling your brain, hey, pay attention, this is important, you better remember this.
But here's the thing. Not all contexts are created equal. The quality of your learning environment is everything. It can either be a super highway for your skill development, or it can be a swamp that you get completely stuck in.
Just think about learning a new language. You could sit by yourself with a textbook. That's a pretty polluted or poor context. You've got one source of information, no real need to use it, and honestly, it's kind of boring. Or you could just pack up and move to London. Now that is a rich context. You're completely immersed in sights and sounds, you have to communicate to get by, and the whole experience is emotionally charged.
And the difference in scale here is just staggering. When you're in that immersion environment, your brain is processing something like 1,000 times more relevant information. That fire hose of high-quality data is the real engine of rapid learning. And when your brain gets flooded with all that relevant data in a rich context, that's when the magic happens. It starts building these incredibly powerful neural networks. This leads to recognizing patterns almost instantly, developing automatic, intuitive responses, and forming memories that actually stick around. This is literally how you become an expert.
So here's the crucial turning point. The default environment for most traders today is the exact opposite of that rich, immersive experience. It is a polluted context. Why polluted? Because you're just drowning in unstructured noise, conflicting news, social media chatter, a million different indicators. These sources are not designed to help you learn. They're designed to maximize your engagement. And here's the key. All that noise wastes your brain's very finite resources, your time, your energy, and even the physical memory molecules you need to build a skill.
And this polluted context creates the single biggest obstacle for traders, what we can call the feedback trap. This is where learning goes to die. Think about it. Any skill, from riding a bike to speaking a language, is built on a really tight feedback loop. You take an action, you get immediate feedback, you make a little correction, and you improve. It is a simple, powerful, beautiful cycle.
But let me ask you this. When you place a trade in that polluted, noisy environment, is the feedback you get immediate? Is it clear? Is it actually useful for making a correction? Back in our language immersion example, if you say something wrong, you know it instantly, because people give you a funny look. The feedback is structured, and you can correct your pronunciation right away. But in trading, the feedback is a total mess. You make money, but why? Was that your brilliant analysis, or was it just pure market luck? You lose money, was it a bad decision, or just random noise? The polluted context makes it basically impossible to tell. And this leads to the most dangerous part. The intense emotional highs of winning and the lows of losing, it feels like a powerful learning experience. But because that feedback isn't structured, it's just an illusion.
Your brain is spinning its wheels, burning a ton of fuel, but no real skill is actually being formed.
Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem. We've got a biological mismatch and an environmental trap. So what's the solution? How do you actually get out of this trap and build a professional trading model inside your own brain?
The only way forward is to stop passively consuming that polluted default environment and become the active architect of your own rich learning context. This is so important. You have to do some housekeeping before you can do any real training. You have to deliberately clear out all that environmental pollution first.
So what's the cornerstone of this new clean context? It's your profit and loss, your P&L. That's it. Your P&L is the ultimate objective signal. It cuts straight through the noise, the stories, and the emotions. It becomes your single source of truth, and that creates the structured feedback your brain has been craving.
So how do you know if you're truly learning? It's simple. Look at your P&L over time. If your results are all over the place, totally random like the chart on the left, then your internal neural network is not adapting. It's just chance. But if your P&L shows a steady, upward trend over time, just like the one on the right, that is the definitive visual proof that your brain is correctly adapting and building a genuine skill. And this is how you transform trading from what feels like a chaotic gamble into a structured, professional learning process. You have to have structured inputs for your decisions, measurable outcomes tracked by your P&L, a really clear feedback loop connecting the two, and you have to run this cycle over and over and over again, many iterations. That's how the brain adapts. At the end of the day, it all comes back to this one central idea. Real, lasting performance isn't about some secret indicator or following a guru on social media. It is about deliberately engineering that tight, structured feedback loop that drives mastery in every other complex skill on the planet.
And this requires you to take deliberate action. It might mean turning off financial news. It might mean muting trading influencers. It might mean removing half the junk from your charts. You have to clear the noise so you can hear the signal. So I will leave you with this one question. To start building your own rich learning environment, what noise are you going to clear out first?